In this video, I'm going to show you the best mini drones you can get at every price range. No matter your budget, I will help you find the best pick for your needs. Let's go. First, we are going to take a look at the best options in the under $100 range. First, we have the Potensic A20. This little guy is by far the most budget-friendly option and is built like a tiny tank with its full propeller guards, making it almost indestructible for indoor flying. It's incredibly simple to fly with its own little controller, but you only get about 5 to 7 minutes in the air, and I have to mention it does not have a camera at all. If you are an absolute beginner or buying for a kid who just wants to learn the controls, this is the perfect starter drone to crash around the house without a care in the world. Next, we have the DJI D20. This drone is a fantastic middle ground, giving you a serious upgrade from the Potensic by including a 720 pixel camera to record your flights. I really like that it comes with a physical controller and 2 batteries, giving you close to 20 minutes of total flight time, which is a huge plus over the A20. The camera footage is decent for the price, but lacks any real stabilization, so expect some Jello-like video, making it a better value pick than the Potensic if you actually want to see where you have been flying. Finally, we have the Risey Tello. This drone sits at the top of our budget, but I can tell you the extra cost brings some serious technology to the table using DJI flight systems that make it unbelievably stable in the air compared to the other two. The 720 pixel camera on the Tello is the best of the bunch because it has electronic image stabilization, resulting in much smoother video than the DJI, but you should know it relies on your smartphone as the controller and has a 13-minute flight time on its single battery. If you care most about flight performance and getting usable video, and you are maybe interested in its ability to be programmed with Scratch, the Tello is easily the most capable mini drone here. Next, we're going to take a look at the best options in the $100 to $300 range. First, we have the DJI Mini 2 SE. I found this to be an incredibly reliable and easy to fly drone, offering a crisp 2.7K camera and an impressive 10-kilometer range thanks to its solid OcuSync 2.0 transmission system. While it does not shoot 4K video like the Potensic, its level 5 wind resistance is no joke, as I felt completely confident flying it in breezy conditions where cheaper drones would struggle. The single battery gets you up to 31 minutes of flight time, which is decent, but you do miss out on more advanced features like obstacle avoidance, so you really have to pay attention while flying. Next, we have the Potensic Atom SE, and its biggest draw for me was the 4K camera at this price, which edges out the Mini 2 SE's 2.7K comma, plus it often comes with 2 batteries for a combined flight time of over an hour. The drone itself is very stable thanks to its global positioning system, but I did find its PixSync 2.0 transmission system, while good, was not quite as rock solid as DJI's at its maximum 4-kilometer range. Honestly, while the performance is fantastic for the money, the controller and application just do not feel quite as polished or premium as the DJI experience, which is a trade-off for getting that 4K video sensor. Finally, we have the DJI Neo, and I have to be straight with you. After searching everywhere, it seems this drone does not actually exist and might be a typo or a mix-up. If you are looking for a super affordable entry-level drone that is often associated with DJI, you are probably thinking of the Risey Tello, which is an extremely fun and stable little drone for learning to fly indoors. The Tello uses your phone for control and has a 720p camera, which is not on the level of the other 2 drones, but its programming capabilities and sheer fun factor for under $100 make it a completely different kind of mini drone experience. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $300 to $550 range. First, we have the DJI Mini 3 Pro, and the biggest deal here is its tri-directional obstacle avoidance, which gives me so much peace of mind when flying near trees, something the other 2 drones on this list do not have. The camera is incredible, shooting 4K video at a buttery 6 frames per second, and the gimbal physically rotates vertical, which is perfect social media content. All these professional level features like active track, subject following come at the highest price in the lineup, making it a serious investment, but you are getting a drone that honestly feels a full generation ahead of the others. Next, we have the DJI Mini 3, which is basically the Pro's more budget-friendly sibling, sharing the exact same excellent camera sensor and that awesome rotating vertical gimbal. The biggest sacrifice you make compared to the Pro is the complete lack of forward and backward obstacle avoidance, so I had to be way more careful flying this one. and it also tops out at 4K 30 frames per second. Still, for someone who just wants a simple, high-quality camera drone without the complex professional features, the Mini 3 offers a fantastic balance of price and performance, and even has a slightly longer flight time on its standard battery than the Mini 3 Pro. Finally, we have the Potensic A20, the most affordable drone in this comparison, and honestly, it punches way above its weight for the price. It still gets you that sub 249 gram weight, so no registration is needed in many places, and it packs a 4K camera with a Sony sensor that is surprisingly capable. While its own shake-vanish image stabilization is quite good, it just is not as rock-solid as what I saw from the DJI drones, and its visual tracking feature felt a bit less reliable than the Mini 3 Pro's system. If your budget just cannot stretch to either of the DJI models, the Potensic A20 is an amazing entry point that gives you a taste of premium features like 4K video and a 3-axis gimbal without emptying your wallet. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the $550 to $1,000 range. First, we have the DJI Mini 4 Pro, and this thing is an absolute dream for both new and experienced pilots, packing omnidirectional obstacle sensing that genuinely saved me from a few close calls with tree branches. The camera shoots stunning 4K video at 60 frames per second with true vertical shooting for social media, but I will admit the price is definitely at the higher end of this category, pushing that $1,000 mark. With its impressive 34-minute flight time and rock-solid 20-kilometer video transmission, it completely outlasts the Autel and is in a different universe of simplicity compared to the manual iFlight Defender. Next, we have the Autel Evio Nano Plus, which I found to be a serious contender, especially with its massive 1/1.2 8-inch sensor that pulls in amazing detail in low light. While its 3-way obstacle avoidance is decent, it felt less secure than the all-around protection on the Mini 4 Pro, and the 28-minute flight time is noticeably shorter during back-to-back flights. It captures beautiful 50-megapixel photos and feels incredibly well built in your hands, offering a fantastic alternative if you want to step outside the DJI ecosystem for a bit less money. Finally, we have the iFlight Defender 25, and I have to be clear, this is a completely different beast for a totally different pilot. This is a full-on FPV cine whoop, meaning it's incredibly fast, agile, and durable for getting those impossible-looking cinematic shots, but the flight time is a shockingly short 5 minutes, and it has zero obstacle avoidance or safety features. While the other two are like flying cameras you can master in an afternoon, the Defender 25 has a steep learning curve requiring goggles and a separate controller, rewarding skilled pilots with a level of control and excitement that DJI and Autel simply cannot offer. Next, we are going to take a look at the best options in the over $1,000 range. First, we have the DJI Mini 4 Pro Fly More combo. This little guy is amazing because it packs a professional-grade camera with true vertical shooting for social media and full 360-degree obstacle sensors, all while staying under the 249-gram weight limit, so you often don't need to register it. The video quality is fantastic with 4K at 60 frames per second in high dynamic range, and the OcuSync 4 transmission gives you an incredibly stable and long-range connection that feels more reliable than the Autel system. However, that tiny size means it uses a smaller sensor than the Autel Evio Lite Plus, so low light shots are not quite as clean. And honestly, the price tag is pretty steep for what many people still consider a hobbyist drone. Next, we have the DJI Avatar Pro View combo, which is a totally different beast for getting those high-speed, first-person view shots that the Mini 4 Pro simply cannot do. The experience of flying with the goggles is incredibly immersive, and the built-in propeller guards give you the confidence to fly in tight spaces you wouldn't dare take the other two drones. You have to accept some trade-offs for that agility, mainly the much shorter battery life per flight compared to both the Mini and the Autel, and the camera sensor is the smallest of the three. Also, be prepared for a serious learning curve because flying in manual mode is a skill that takes practice, and this thing is way louder and more intense than a traditional drone. Finally, we have the Autel Robotics Evio Lite Plus Premium Bundle, and its secret weapon is a massive 1-inch camera sensor with an adjustable aperture, giving it the absolute best low-light video and photo quality of this group. The ability to shoot in 6K resolution and control your depth of field is something neither of the DJI drones can match, making it a true aerial photography powerhouse. I love that it has a fantastic 40-minute flight time and less restrictive geofencing than DJI, but you'll definitely feel its bigger size and weight, which means it always needs to be registered. While the obstacle avoidance is pretty good, it just doesn't feel as smart or all-encompassing as the Mini 4 Pro's new system, and its software experience is a little less polished than what you get from DJI. Thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you found this video to be helpful, leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future.